Hey guys, it's Haley, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a video that's on guitar for either Instagram or TikTok. So we're going to keep it simple, and I'll show you kind of how to add in a little bit more complexity based on what gear you have. But overall, I thought that this would be a fun video for you, just to learn a little bit about my process on how I do this. So let's jump into what you'll need. First thing, your phone, duh. You can just use this for the audio and video if you want. If you want more control over the audio and video, you can also use a camera to record your video and then record your audio separately. I normally go through my HX Stomp or a mic into an interface and then into Logic, but in this video, I'm using a cool product called the My Creator by Austrian Audio, and I'm gonna be showing you how I would make my sponsored Instagram video with it. Next, you're going to need something to match your audio to your video. And so I use Final Cut Pro, but you could use iMovie, you could use your phone even, that's totally fine. And I also do my color correcting through Final Cut Pro, but you could use a separate app like Visco or Tezza or even just Instagram itself to do this. So those are the main things you're gonna need. And then obviously your guitar. So next step is to practice and create your idea. I kind of have ideas all over the place here, so I do a lot of electric videos, and then sometimes we'll have production with that. For this specific video, like I said, since I'm going to be throughout this video showing you how I create a Instagram post for this specific product, I'm going to be doing acoustic since I'm doing this like mic demo. At this point, I've done a lot of different things from like online course filming and just Instagram, YouTube's, whatever, where I'm filming, and you're just gonna play worse. So really try to get your idea down, whatever you wanna do. So don't be too hard on yourself, and just know it might take you a lot of tries, even if you're a good musician. So I'm gonna go ahead and practice and create a fun idea that I can then make my Instagram video with. So for this specific video, I'm actually gonna go outside. Normally I'm just kind of honestly in my music room, but it's actually nice in Nashville outside, which is a miracle. So I think what I'm gonna do is like grab a picnic blanket, and I'm going to just take my stuff outside, just like my computer, this mic, and the camera. I have not tried this mic outside, so I don't know if it's gonna have a lot of background noise. But if you wanted to create a video on acoustic outside, it's gonna be really easy if you just plug directly into your acoustic and like in your interface or computer if you're doing that. Or you could just use your phone for that. So play that by ear, but let's go ahead and get set up outside. So while I'm getting all set up, I wanted to just go over what types of content that you could consider creating, because I know for me, sometimes just thinking of what I want to make can be a struggle. I think original ideas are always fun. Covers always do well, especially popular covers of either classic songs or things that were just released. Looking at Instagram people that you like and kind of seeing what they're doing is always a good start. As far as this goes though, I think that having a clear camera view is always good. Well lit by a window is always really nice. Videos on YouTube about lighting, since that's kind of its own whole thing. I will say nowadays, so many people are making a lot more like very casual content that looks very thrown together. I think that overall, just kind of creating some sort of look that you are wanting with your video is helpful to start with before you start filming, because it's a lot harder to do that after you've already filmed your video, to do that with like editing and effects. Okay, so here I am outside. So I just did a last little tune-up here. I'm gonna go ahead and connect this thing. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go as far as placement of this. I'm hoping that it sounds okay. Once I do this, I'm gonna look at my screen, maybe you're using your phone, and I'm gonna turn my camera vertical in a second and just make sure that everything looks okay before I get going. So unfortunately, I can't get my mic placement sounding good, and some dum-dum in my neighborhood has decided to weed whack at this exact moment. So the mic works really great though, so I just need to get a little closer to my guitar. So I'm gonna go find some books, or maybe even like a little mic stand, just so I can prop it up a little closer to my guitar. So I will be right back. Okay, so as I'm looking at my screen here, I'm gonna want to make sure that there's not sun shining behind me unless that is the look that you're wanting, because it's going to make you be really shadowy. So you want the light ideally coming to the side. They say that having like a half shadow on your face a lot of times creates a little bit of dimension, but also having it facing towards you. So if you are backlit, AKA like lights behind you, it's just not gonna look quite as good. So for me, it's kind of cloudy outside, so that is working to my advantage. I don't really have very many shadows right now. And I'm kind of looking right now at the camera, and I'm gonna just, I have grid lines, and you can put those on your iPhone, I think, too. So you can kind of make sure that everything is basically straight here. Again, all of this is personal preference, so just kind of use your own taste. But if you are a beginner at this, I think it's just helpful to kind of know what you're needing to notice. Okay, so at this point I have recorded like 3 or 4 different takes here, just so when I get back inside and I'm editing my audio, I'll have a few different ones to choose from, even if I think I've nailed it on the first one, which I did not. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack everything up and head inside, and then I'll do a bit of post-production work. Okay, so at this point, I have my audio in here. I am leaving it unmuted since I'm also recording my voice right now, showing you this. Okay, so basically all I do is I add a little bit of EQ, and here's how I do it. This is very subjective, but basically for this, I just took out a bit of the low end here that you couldn't hear, and then I boosted a little high end. I took out a whistle right here, and I like a little bit of this low mid-rangey in here. I thought that sounded pretty good. You could also do 2 EQ tracks, a subtractive one first, and then you could add whatever you like in later. Then I did a compressor. I kept it really simple here with this, just one that sounded good. You can see it's hardly even really doing anything. I didn't really want a ton of compressor on that. And then I made a bus track, and that is into a reverb. I did this clean room one that I've always liked, and I just turned the wet signal up all the way, and I put a little bit of my track in there. So I had a little bit of reverb, and that was it. So then I exported that. And then basically all I did is I dragged in my video here. I dragged in my video clip or my audio clip, and then I matched those two up. So here basically I found the waves that were the same. You could also do a sync inside of Logic, grabbing this file and your audio, but I haven't figured out how to do that without leaving my original audio in there, so I'll probably need to do that. But anyways, basically just lined up the waves. And then I pulled down this audio all the way, so only my good audio was still there coming from Logic. And I took out either side of the video and audio that I didn't want, so my video ended how I wanted. This looks a little bit weird because it's zoomed in right now, but it is. I would have to make this vertical here. So for that, all you do is click your project, modify, video, vertical, and then it's going to fit in there. So pretty simple overall. And then after that, I bounced it out, sent it to my phone, and I won't walk you through how to actually gram it because that part is the simple part to put it up there. Okay, so after that, you are good to go. So you can use whatever video editing software if you want to change any kind of color correction or contrast or whatever. I like to use Teza, but you could also use something like Visco, Instagram itself, or even Final Cut Pro. And my only tip while you are posting it is doing a caption that you think that would be engaging for you to read, and doing something that is real. And then from there, using all of the hashtags is always a good idea because it will help people be able to find your video more. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this is really helpful for you, and have an amazing rest of your day.